we
Thank
move
you.
on to our
Thank you so
third
much.
panel. And the third panel is again a very interesting panel with many interesting, I guess, takeaways, because my panel has been very proactive in discussing the question answers in length. So not that the others were not proactive, but I'm just generally saying that we enjoyed the discussions while in these few days. So our first panelist is Mr. Dr. Dilip Modi. Dr. Dilip Modi is a postgraduate in commerce from Bombay University. He established Gyan Kutir in Junjuna in 1983, and then it's an ultra-modern day boarding school, which with a national curriculum. 2010, he established it, and what I was amazed that he's running 23 schools, coaching institutes in Rajasthan with the name of Jolly Angels brand. And he has 15,000 students, 1,500 employees, and 2,500 hostelers. That was something very amazing. And when I called him up to discuss it, he says, "Aapne mere video dekhe?" मैंने कहा सारे देखे तभी तो बोल रही हूँ. आप तो एक encyclopedia है राजस्थान में. He has been regularly invited to national and international educational conferences. And he's also a NISA Independent School Alliance President, Vice President, and many more awards. So awards are unlimited and infinite, so I'm not going to read it out. Our second panelist is Mr. Sharat Tiwari. He is the principal of Mayur Chopsani School, Jodhpur. He's a product of Regional Institute of Education, Ajmer. He's a science graduate and postgraduate in English. He has been an educator with Mayo College, General Counsel for 23 years, also having worked at University of Cambridge. He's accredited to Intel Teach and the Future program supported by Microsoft. He has also authored many computer science books, numerous initiatives. His school is one of the best schools in Jodhpur. Coming to the next is Dr. Sanjay Aviksha. He hails from Bhiwadi in Alwar district. In addition to being a doctorate, he's an MBA with education management. In his 23 years as an educator, he has worked as a principal in Army Public School, Bareilly, Alwar, Happy Public School, Alwar, Lakshmi Pant Singhania School at present, Rajasthan. He's the city coordinator for schools and member of CBSE Inspection Committee. Thank you, sir. Mr. Bhanu Pratap is our last panelist. He is the third generation of the family of illustrious teachers from Mayo College, Ajmer. In a career spanning of 28 years, he has served as principal for over 14 years across residential schools in India: Hilltop School, Dalhousie, Presidency School, Ajmer, Raffles International School, Alwar, LPS Global, Noida, and the list goes on and on. Presently, he is DPS World School, Ajmer principal, recipient of many awards. As sportsman, he is working towards creating a world school with high academic benchmark and excellent sports facilities. So each one has more than 2 decades of career span in education. With these eminent people, I think the questions which we are going to ask are, as Sanjeev said, are very less, because we need one full day to discuss what they are doing and what best practices they are doing in school. और हमारा ही पैनल एक और पैनल जो हम मिक्स भाषा में बात करेंगे, because many people have asked me to do that. So coming to first question, Dr. Dilip Modi से है. I want to, the question which I want to ask you is that राजस्थान में cantonment और military facilities बहुत सारी हैं, और martial routes के लिए राजस्थान बहुत मशहूर है. They all are known for this martial route. But how much does this factor translate into children opting for uniform services as first choice career?
आपकी आवाज ड्रॉप हो रही है, कट रही है आवाज, प्लीज.
आवाज कट रही है?
हाँ.
जो आपका मार्शल आर्ट बहुत फेमस है राजस्थान में, everybody wants to do that. So my question is that people of Rajasthan always take pride in that. How much these factors will translate into children opting for uniform services as first choice career? Because we are talking about revival roadmap. So do you think that there is chance of students opting for first choice career as uniform services?
The question to me, right?
जी,
देखिए बहुत अच्छा हेल्दी डिस्कशन चल रहा है. इट्स अ वेरी ग्रेट लर्निंग प्लेटफॉर्म आल्सो. So I really thank Education World and EduStart, and especially to Sapna ma'am for giving us this opportunity. पूरे राजस्थान के बहुत अच्छे पैनलिस्ट और स्पीकर्स हम एक प्लेटफॉर्म पर देख रहे हैं और सुन रहे हैं. It's really great. अभी आपने जो यूनिफॉर्म सर्विसेज के बारे में आपने पूछा, सो इन आवर पार्ट शेखावाटी इज वन पार्ट ऑफ राजस्थान, और इसमें यूनिफॉर्म सर्विसेज के लिए तो लोग जीते मरते हैं. They are really very much for these uniform services. Right from class 6th, सैनिक स्कूल में एडमिशन के लिए सैनिक स्कूल एंड मिलिट्री स्कूल जहां पे इनटेक होता है क्लास 6 में, वहां पर जाने के लिए यहाँ पर बहुत सारी स्कूलों में कोचिंग दी जाती है फॉर द सिलेक्शन प्रोसेस, राइट फ्रॉम क्लास 6 एंड देन अगेन इन 9th क्लास. उसके बाद में एनडीए के लिए और नेवी एंड एयरफोर्स. ये नेवी और एयरफोर्स में आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट द ऑफिसर ग्रेड और जो एनडीए के थ्रू जाते हैं वो नहीं है. ये एक्स एंड वाई ग्रुप की जो सर्विसेज होती हैं नेवी और एयरफोर्स के लिए, उसके लिए यहाँ पर इतनी ज्यादा लोगों की डिमांड है. कोचिंग यहाँ पर बहुत सारे चलते हैं और लोग इसके लिए सुबह 4-5 बजे उठ करके अपनी फिजिकल एक्सरसाइज करते हैं. और कोचिंग बहुत ज्यादा फ्लोरिश हो चुकी है कुचामन में, सीकर में, झुंझुनू में, चिड़ावा में, और इस तरह के बहुत सारे इलाके हैं. एक पैरेलल इंडस्ट्री चल रही है. अपार्ट फ्रॉम जैसे मेडिकल और इंजीनियरिंग की जिस तरह से कोचिंग होती है और एक तरह से स्कूल्स होती हैं, लेकिन एक अलग ये एक सेगमेंट है जिसमें सैनिक, मिलिट्री, नवोदय, इनकी एंट्रेंस एग्जाम्स की तैयारी होती है. और फिर उसके बाद में आर्मी, नेवी, एयरफोर्स, इनके जो एक्स एंड वाई ग्रुप के हैं उनकी यूनिफॉर्म्स के लिए यहाँ पर तो लोग जीते मरते हैं. और हमारा झुंझुनू जिला जो है वो आर्मी में सबसे ज्यादा, हिंदुस्तान में जो आर्मी के पर्सन है वो झुंझुनू जिले से ज्यादा जाते हैं. और यहाँ पर इसके लिए बहुत ज्यादा people are really dying for that.
Wow. So अभी pandemic में कैसे चल रहा है? Like after this, is this still going on? Like
या pandemic में भी जो भर्ती निकलती है, जो एंट्रेंस एग्जाम्स होती है, चाहे वो सैनिक स्कूल के लिए हो, चाहे नेवी एयरफोर्स के लिए, अगर भर्ती निकली है यानी वैकेंसीज हैं,
कोचिंग चलते हैं.
हाँ, तो बहुत अच्छे कोचिंग चलते हैं. और जब से ये फिजिकल कोचिंग अलाउड की है, क्लासेस अलाउड की है, तो बहुत अच्छे चल रहे हैं.
थैंक यू सो मच, बिकॉज ये थोड़ा सा हटके मैंने सोचा क्वेश्चन बनाते हैं कि रिवाइवल रोड मैप के लिए और भी क्या क्या जरूरत है. कमिंग टू माय नेक्स्ट पैनलिस्ट इज डॉक्टर मिस्टर शरद तिवारी. So Rajasthan is famous for very good coaching institutes. It's a destination for best coaching institutes. जो कोटा में देखते हैं और भी जगह सुनते हैं. They are undoubtedly having effective methods of conducting crash courses. So do you feel it will be right for these institutes to team up with schools for evening classes or classes during holidays? What would be the pros and cons?
See, I think the revival has to happen at various levels. जैसा कि हमने इंडियन टीम and इंग्लैंड की टीम्स को देखा, they chalked out a very unique revival roadmap for their teams. When one went for very intensive training and back-to-back matches and tournaments, the other one had a parallel, I mean, two teams, one playing this, the other one resting. So every school, every institution has to think of a very unique road map to revive itself. Happy to learn that the government has got a very robust plan. And I was very happy to learn from administrative officer concerned with the education department कि उन्होंने बहुत अच्छा तैयारी की है. And I also felt very happy that time I wanted to compliment and also ask that, you know, after 70 years of independence, finally the government department has put up such fine pedagogical strength to its delivery system. And I was wondering and hoping that probably now the private schools would be relieved from the compulsion of RTE admissions, because के programs इतने अच्छे हो चुके हैं तो हमको थोड़ा राहत तो मिलेगी कि बच्चे अब वही पढ़ाएं.
Can't be here.
जी. But then bringing the coaching institutes into the picture, I think there are two very different contexts. The context on which these coaching institutes have been developed and the school. Because when it comes to providing basic academic information, textual material and covering a syllabus, it's okay. That can be done. They can be of some help. Would they be willing to, you know, go out of their way and help schools with zero profit? Because their concept has been about, you know, making revenues, raking in revenues. पर क्या वो गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स के बच्चों को सबसे पहले तो आई थिंक दे आर इन ग्रेटेस्ट नीड, वुड दे बी विलिंग टू ऑफर सम काइंड ऑफ फ्री joining hands for free and then providing that education which is very much needed. But a school like the school that I run and many of the schools that we are part of this panel, I'm sure education is more than that. It's about sports, curricular activities. So I don't think the context is the same. And then the other part where I see a disparity and the drawback is that there will be a comparison between the faculties. Coaching institute ke faculties, they are tuned to impart crash courses, very intensive, small chunks, concentrated bites, preparing children for competitive examinations. Although that's also very important in Indian context. लेकिन हम जो तैयार करते हैं बच्चे तैयार करते हैं, we provide an overall well-rounded education. So I don't see that kind of partnership coming up and proving to be of any benefit in the long run or in a large way.
Thank you so much. So you don't foresee the partnership coming up in the longer run. But let's see what
I just wanted to say I am a great admirer of Dilip ji, Modi ji. He shared that YouTube link and I watched it and I've shown it to a couple of my friends. Very impressive. And
yeah, very impressive.
Was you have grown beard around that time and you were much more effective with that, with great
I also told him the same thing.
सपना जी, मुझे लगता है कि मेरे क्वेश्चन के अलावा आप मुझे 2-4 मिनट समय और देंगे टू स्पीक अप.
बिल्कुल देंगे, बस अभी आपको देती हूँ. So मेरा third question is for सिंघानिया स्कूल के जो कहाँ गए वो, he's there.
I am here.
Sanjay ji, yeah. So we have been seeing that repeated questions हर webinar के लिए पूछे जाते हैं कि learning gap created हो गया है last year and everybody has that. What are the side effects of crash course? How do you think that you may be planning on imparting to your students, and how do you intend addressing them with these crash courses?
Well, much has been said about crash course, that especially I was listening on everybody's voice that during the VUCA and all courses and others that was going on, and lot of schools have been implementing all various type of courses for the various learners, slow learners and good learners and all. So I have listened also the journey, how journey started during the pandemic. Earlier there was the teachers were left with nothing, and suddenly one fine morning it was declared that there is a emergency sort of pandemic and you have to remain at home. So that time we all started, I am just coming back to the previous part, then I will be coming back to the later part. So that time we all started learning part, and we started creativity, developing courses and all that, so that we can join this. I am speaking in terms of private schools and government schools both. We started developing this part without having any proper training, previous training at all. We started joining hands with in conversation with the teachers, parents. We started giving calls to all. Okay, let us join together. Let's have a hand in hand, and we let us try to adopt our intact with each other. That was really a wonderful part. We started moving ahead. We had given calls to our whole staff. I remember those days. We started giving phone calls to all the teachers, all the parents. We started giving. First of all, we started speaking to the teachers how to join. There was no tool left. We only knew webinar and nothing else. In course of time, we started searching what kind of platform is required, so that we can develop a tool, so that we can have a conversation with each other. Now that time, we started moving to various platforms which were available in the world. We experimented one, another one, and so on and so forth. By the time we started getting this conversation that one of the platform which is there, which is not Indian, and so on and so forth, and there were a lot of disparities, better not to take this one and that one. even though we started searching another platform and we came to various platforms, and that was a learning part for us. Now, that time when learning part was there for us, we started interacting, developing, first of all, our staff, and then to the parents, and then to the teachers. That was really a time we had interacted with the parent first, because they were sitting hand in hand together, and there was a chain of teacher, parent, and student and all. That was the time we started moving ahead. That was a slow process, but even though we started moving, and that moved ahead, that was really a part that we were not expecting that 30% will be joining, then 40%, then 50%. Then there was a question of having exam, assessment, and all. This is what I have been learning to these other speakers also. By the time I remember summer break was there, and after summer break, we again came back to July, August, and September. By the time we were having assessment time, and we were in a position to come back to the origin, what we have to start with. That was really a time that we started making discussion with the staff and all. So many, the times.
I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you then.
Yes. So my point is, we have done all the syllabus completion and all. We started moving ahead. Then there was a reduction in the syllabus and all. Finally, this learning gap part was also taken care, which I wanted to speak to that. Now this crash course and others were also formulated, prepared by various educators and all. Now the thing is that once the syllabus was cut, now after cutting the syllabus again, this learning gap to be developed and done. Now my main part is introspection is very much required. We have been telling our staff, we have been telling our parents that this learning gap to be taken care. Let's revive it. Let's speak to the others. And in this way, we can move ahead. So this is what I'm saying short to my point.
So learning gap has been revived in different stages, and you have discussed how you reached this stage. Coming to my fourth panelist, Bhanu. So Mr. Bhanu, when I read your profile and I thought of framing this question with your sports thing. So the sports calendar all over the world has been greatly disrupted by the pandemic. And since you are, I'll say, ambassador to promote sports, that's what you have written in your CV. So aquatic, for example, is fraught with most dangerous among all sports. So can you familiarize us with your plan of how to return students to playgrounds, not only in your school, but in general? What do you give this as your takeaway?
Sure, ma'am, and thank you so much. Thank you so much. In fact, I was wanting to say a few things on this wonderful panel through this wonderful platform. Thanks to Educational World and Poonam ma'am. Well, I always believe that necessity becomes the mother of invention. And when I look at sport, I see that this fascinating world should not be introduced to everyone, but we must go one step ahead, and one should try to create love for sports in every child's heart. And when I say every child, I include myself also into it. You said maybe I should have upgraded my CV. Now it is my 30th year, or rather my 31st year, which will be starting as a teacher. But learning, I strongly believe, is from the womb to the tomb. And we should be always basically learning and designing ways where we can promote wonderful, curious, highly motivated and inspirational world of sports. So during the COVID time, of course, not only aquatics, but when the nation went into a lockdown, it did become very difficult for the energetic students, to find their ways. My school, of course, is an exception because though being a new school and we are now in our fourth year, we went with the best philosophy that not only that every child is going to come under the domain of sports, but every child is going to get fascinated by this world. So various indoor and outdoor sports were designed during this time. You see, for the children, what we did was, especially for our boys, we told them that we will, during our annual prize giving, give a major award in push-ups. And first the virtual push-up competition was held. The one who had aptitude was selected house-wise, and then they were given more time. And when they performed the virtual push-ups, so from 26, the number had crossed 50. That means they have improved their ability. And for the girls, we have taken skipping. And for the junior boys also, we have taken the sports activity as skipping, which was promoting their vital capacity, their cardiovascular system. So when initially they gave us those videos, children were struggling with 50 to 60. But the child who won, and we gave him the medal, had done 130 skips in 1 minute, which is that their bodily kinesthetic skills, their fitness level have reached to a very, very high level. So I personally try to lead in this field from the front, you know. During the pandemic, you know, there were times when I was doing more than 21 kilometers. And of course, I feel, you know, it is an opportunity that we can go ahead and inspire the world. It's not necessary that there are very few schools, you know, which we are having the principals from, which are basically the role model schools of not only Rajasthan, but maybe the country look up to us with inspiration and with a lot of motivation. But yes, physical fitness, which gives you a sportsman spirit, have to be encouraged, you know, like of course, so aquatic sports. Our swimming pool came up during our second year, and we very strongly promoted. We said that not that every child's fear of water would be removed, but we promised that it would be replaced by love of water in every child's heart. Of course, in this journey, we will land up producing champions. We will land up motivating the children to that level, inspiring the children to that level, that they will go for the state level or the national level gold medals, or maybe representing the country for the Olympics.
Thank you so much, Manu. Thank you. Thank you for raising that level to national level and state level. And I'm sure with your experience of
even yoga can be really promoted during this time, you know. Yoga can be promoted in a big way during this time when we have the restriction and children are
so we would like to see your presentation in the next webinar, that how you did all this. And I'm sure we'll get to know a lot. So coming to Dr. Dilip Modi. Dr. Dilip Modi, आपका video देखने के बाद तो I'm speechless. There are no questions left. So I would like you to elaborate a little bit of your work which you have done during this pandemic.
Thank you, Sapna. थैंक यू सपना जी. देखिए, आज का जो ये मेन थीम आज के इस वेबिनार की थी, वो रिवाइवल ऑफ द रोड मैप इन राजस्थान, पर उस पे बहुत कम चर्चा हुई है. मैं आपको फ्रेंकली बताना चाहूंगा. एक्चुअली आज जो हमारे पैनलिस्ट हैं वो बहुत एलिट स्कूल्स के हैं और मोस्ट प्रिविलेज्ड स्कूल्स के हमारे पैनलिस्ट थे. लेकिन यहाँ पर सौरभ जी ने भी एक बात कही और कुछ एक दो पैनलिस्ट ने भी इशारा किया था कि हम लोगों ने जो बात की है उसमें बजट स्कूल्स या जो मीडियोकर स्कूल्स हैं उनके बारे में हम बहुत ज्यादा फोकस नहीं कर पाए. अब जब हम रिवाइवल की बात करते हैं तो रिवाइवल किसका होगा? जो जिंदा है उसी का तो रिवाइवल होगा. जो मर चुका या जो खत्म हो चुका उसके रिवाइवल का कैसे बात हो सकती है? इस पेंडेमिक में हमारे राजस्थान अलोन में मोर देन 14 पीपल हैव कमिटेड सुसाइड बिकॉज ऑफ द फाइनेंशियल प्रेशर. और उसके बाद में बहुत सारे स्कूल्स जिन्होंने बैंक से फाइनेंस ले रखा था, लोन ले रखा था, वो एनपीए में जा चुके हैं, उनकी कुड़की आ रही है एंड मेनी ऑफ द स्कूल्स आर फॉर सेल, बिकाऊ हैं. उनके रिवाइवल का क्या हो सकता है? ये बहुत ग्रेव सिचुएशन है. और ऐसे में अभी मेरे सौरभ स्वामी जी चले गए, मैंने उस वक्त एक हैंड भी रेस किया था. आई वांटेड टू आस्क. अरे सर, मुझे कुछ क्वेश्चंस आपसे पूछने थे और मैं आपको विद ड्यू रिस्पेक्ट
एक चीज मैं बताना चाहूंगा कि एक स्पोर्ट्स की बात हो रही थी तो मैं इसलिए वापस आ गया कि स्पोर्ट्स के अंदर जो है राजस्थान को इस साल जो SGFI है जो बॉडी, उसके अंदर ट्रेजरर का पद मिला है. तो दिस इज द फर्स्ट टाइम एवर जब से SGFI बना है. तो उससे मदद ये होगी कि वी कैन गेट गुड नेशनल कॉम्पिटिशंस over here, especially for all the schools. तो मेरा आज के माध्यम से यही मैसेज रहेगा कि सारे प्राइवेट स्कूल के अंदर you start preparing, अपने बच्चों को प्रिपेयर करना चालू करें for all the national plus international level competition जो कि उसमें हो.
And कोई specific games आप बताएंगे?
There
कौन
are
से games? सारे
there are
games?
136 games in SDFI. उनको शायद अभी कम किया जा सकता है, लेकिन फिलहाल के समय पे 136 गेम्स हैं और उनका फायदा आगे जाके सरकारी नौकरी के अंदर और इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे जाने के लिए भी मिलता है, बिकॉज ऑल दो सर्टिफिकेट्स आर लाइक क्वाइट वैलिड. तो इसलिए एक बड़ा अचीवमेंट है राजस्थान के लिए, और आगने वाले 3 सालों के अंदर जो है आई होप के बढ़िया हमें एथलीट्स मिले, बढ़िया, क्योंकि राजस्थान सरकार की एक जो नई पॉलिसी भी आई है जिसके अंदर वो इंटरनेशनल लेवल के उनको दे आर गिविंग देम जॉब्स. तो दिस इज आल्सो ए वेलकम स्टेप, स्पेशली क्योंकि जैसा कि अभी वो जोधपुर में वो बता रहे थे कि जो या तो बीएड की तैयारी करते हैं या फिर कोई एयरफोर्स या आर्मी नेवी की तैयारी करते हैं. तो दिस इज आल्सो ए सेपरेट प्लेटफॉर्म. हरियाणा, क्योंकि मैं हरियाणा से बिलोंग करता हूँ, तो वहां पे ये कल्चर है, तो आई गेस कि यहाँ पे भी ये कल्चर डेवलप होगा. तो उसी को ही देखते हुए मैं आई थॉट कि आई शुड शेयर दिस कि देयर विल बी मेनी नेशनल लेवल कॉम्पिटिशन इन द कमिंग 3 years. तो जाहिर है कि होस्ट जो स्टेट होता है उसको थोड़ा सा बेनिफिट मिलता ही है वैसे.
इसका इस वेबिनार का माध्यम ही यही था कि प्राइवेट और गवर्नमेंट स्कूल साथ में बात करें और कुछ एक कॉमन प्लेटफॉर्म निकाले. सो थैंक यू सो मच फॉर बीइंग विद अस. आप अभी और सुनते जाइए, कुछ 1-2 और टिप्पणी आपसे शेयर करेंगे फिर. सो दिलीप जी, प्लीज कैरी ऑन, यू वर सेइंग समथिंग.
हाँ, थैंक यू. देखिए, इसमें सौरभ जी स्वामी ने अपने जब उनका प्रेजेंटेशन आ रहा था, वेरी इंप्रेसिव प्रेजेंटेशन, लेकिन प्रेजेंटेशन होना और ग्राउंड रियलिटीज में कोई चीज उतरना, these are the 2 different things. तो हमें ग्राउंड रियलिटीज में क्या हुआ है उसको भी असेस करना चाहिए, उसको भी सामने लाना चाहिए. दूसरी बात, सौरभ जी ने ये कहा था कि 200 अराउंड एलिट स्कूल्स जो हैं वहां पर ऑनलाइन पढ़ाई अच्छे से हुई है, बाकी 90-95% में पढ़ाई ऑनलाइन हुई नहीं है, ऐसा उन्होंने कहा. तो मुझे लगता नहीं कि इससे रिलेटेड कोई डेटा उनके पास है या इसका रियल कोई सर्वे हुआ है, बिकॉज ग्राउंड रियलिटी में हम लोग बैठे हुए हैं और सिर्फ 200 स्कूल्स में ऑनलाइन पढ़ाई हुई है. दिस इज अ रियली वेरी बिग इंसल्ट फॉर ऑल दी बजट स्कूल्स. और जितने पूरे राजस्थान में फैले हुए बजट स्कूल्स हैं, सबने अपने अपने बहुत रिगरस एफर्ट्स किए हैं, एप्स डेवलप की है और बिल्कुल क्लासरूम की तरह ऑनलाइन क्लासेस ली हैं. लेकिन यहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम है. देखिए, सौरभ जी ने कहा कि हम लोगों ने फीस का मैटर पेरेंट्स और स्कूल्स के बीच में छोड़ दिया था, हमने कोई इंटरफियर नहीं किया, हम लोग हाई कोर्ट या सुप्रीम कोर्ट में नहीं गए. मैं बताना चाहूंगा सौरभ जी का ये एक देखिए, एक उनके खुद के सिग्नेचर से ये ऑर्डर निकला था. ये 28 अक्टूबर 28 अक्टूबर को ये जो ऑर्डर निकला था, दिस हैज डन ऑल द डैमेजेस. इसने सारे डैमेजेस किए, इसकी वजह से स्कूल्स को हाई कोर्ट सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जाना पड़ा. इसके कुछ 5 बिंदु मैं बता देता हूं जिन्होंने डैमेज किया. इन्होंने पहला बिंदु ये लिखा था कि पेरेंट्स की मर्जी होगी तो वो ऑनलाइन लेगा, उसके ऊपर किसी का फोर्स नहीं किया जाएगा, वो चाहे तो लेगा और वो उसकी रिटन लिखित सहमति से वो लेगा, यानी पेरेंट्स की मर्जी पर था ये. दूसरी बात उन्होंने कहा था कि अगर कोई फीस नहीं दे सकता तो उसको ऑनलाइन क्लास से या स्कूल से रोका नहीं जा सकता. यू कैन नॉट स्टॉप हिम बिकॉज ही हैज नॉट पेड द फीस. क्लास में आने से उसको नहीं रोक सकते. फिर कहा था कि आप उसकी टीसी नहीं रोक सकते, ये ऑर्डर में है, इसी ऑर्डर में क्लियर, आप उसकी टीसी नहीं रोक सकते. बोर्ड का फॉर्म भरना है तो बोर्ड की फीस तो बोर्ड के लोगों को जमा करानी पड़ेगी, लेकिन आप यानी स्कूल की फीस नहीं आई है तो भी आप उसको बोर्ड का फॉर्म भरने से नहीं रोक सकते. यानी बोर्ड की फीस जमा करनी है लेकिन स्कूल अपनी फीस नहीं मांग सकता, बाध्य नहीं है, मतलब पेरेंट्स को बाध्य नहीं कर सकता. फिर आप मुझे एक मिनट सर, मुझे लेट मी कंप्लीट. और उसके साथ में आपने ये भी साथ में लास्ट में 8th पॉइंट पे लिखा है कि ये सारी चीजें फीस भी तभी ले सकेगा जब टीचर्स को पूरी 100% पेमेंट वो दे रहा होगा. ये सारी बातें जी थी। आप मुझे बताइए 60% फीस लेना है, 100% पेमेंट करना है, और वो भी मर्सी पर पेरेंट्स की कि अगर वो चाहें तो दे, यू कैन नॉट फोर्स। न तो उसको क्लास में आने के लिए आप बाध्य कर सकते हैं, न उसको टीसी के लिए आप बाध्य कर सकते हैं, न उसका बोर्ड का फॉर्म नहीं रोक सकते। तो आप मुझे बताइए फिर कौन देगा फीस हमको?
ये सारी चीजें आप लोगों ने कोर्ट में एडमिट किया कि वी विल डू ऑल दीज थिंग्स, उसी के बाद ही 70% का ऑर्डर निकला था, बिकॉज वी वर गेटिंग कंप्लेंट्स कि हमारे जान करके हमारे सारे बच्चों की टीसी काट दी जा रही है। हमारे पास प्राइवेट स्कूल के टीचर से अनगिनत कंप्लेंट्स मेरे पास अभी भी रजिस्टर भरे हुए हैं, जिनमें ये आई हुई है कि हमें स्कूल से निकाल दिया जा रहा है, या हमें वो नहीं, तनख्वाह नहीं दी जा रही है। मेरे पास रजिस्टर भरे हुए हैं जिनमें लिखा जा रहा है कि कंप्लेंट्स हैं जिनमें यह है कि हमारी ऑनलाइन पढ़ाई नहीं हो रही है, लेकिन हमें वो बोर्ड का एग्जाम का सर्टिफिकेट नहीं भरने के आधार पे हमसे फीस मांगी जा रही है, नहीं तो तुम्हें बोर्ड में नहीं बैठने देंगे। तो ये सारी चीजें सर, ये यहाँ पे डिस्कशन करने का कोई प्लेटफॉर्म है नहीं, क्योंकि
यू आर वेरी राइट, विद ड्यू रिस्पेक्ट, आपकी बात सही है,
दोनों
ये
तरफ
बात
से
यहाँ
ये
नहीं
चीजें
करनी।
हैं। नहीं मोदी जी, मैं बस इतना ही कहना चाहूंगा कि दिस इज नॉट द प्लेटफॉर्म के किसी
करेक्ट, यू आर वेरी राइट,
क्योंकि यहाँ पे कोई सही या कोई गलत साबित नहीं हो रहा है कि क्या करने वाले या सरकार ने सही किया या हमने गलत किया। इट इज नॉट द प्लेटफॉर्म। जो भी हुआ है वो कहीं ना कहीं दोनों साइड में कहीं ना कहीं चीजें हुई हैं, उसी की बदौलत ही हुआ है ना। तो ये, और रही बात वो जो बजट स्कूल्स में आपने ये कहा कि 200 250, मैंने वो केवल वो स्टेटमेंट इसलिए था कि आपने बोला कि कोई स्टडी नहीं हुआ, कोई सर्वे नहीं हुआ। यस, हमने स्टडी करवाया है, हमारे पास सैंपल साइजेस हैं, और उसी के आधार के ऊपर मैंने ये डाटा बोला है। मैं बताता हूं इसलिए क्यों, क्योंकि आज के समय पे इफ वी सी के अगर आप टोटल आप केवल आपका एक लिमिटेड स्कोप होगा कि जोधपुर के अंदर या फिर जयपुर के अंदर, लेकिन जब मैं 47,000 स्कूलों की बात कर रहा हूं, और 47,000 में से कितने आज के समय पे फंक्शनल हैं, क्योंकि 47,000 तो आज के समय पे पोर्टल है, लेकिन अभी मैंने एक नया मान्यता के लिए एक पोर्टल लॉन्च किया है, एकीकृत मान्यता पोर्टल। तो उसी से ही आपको पता चल जाएगा कि उन 47,000 में से लगभग 7-8 हजार तो फेक है। और इसका एक और अंदाजा लगता है हमें आरटीआई से। तो आरटीआई के अंदर लगभग हम बताते हैं कि हमारे लगभग 40,000 स्कूल हैं, लेकिन जब अप्लाई करते हैं तो देयर आर ओनली 29,000 स्कूल। सो वेयर आर दोज अदर 11,000 स्कूल्स? अगर मैं माइनॉरिटी और वो बाकी इंस्टीट्यूशंस को हटा दूं, दे मे बी 1000, maybe 1,500, but where are the other 10,000 schools? तो जो ये जो गोश्त स्कूल्स हैं which are running, ठीक है, तो उनके ऊपर भी किया जाएगा। तो ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर देयर कि जिसके ऊपर हम जब डिस्कशन करेंगे तो ये चीज सामने आ पाएगी कि कितने स्कूलों ने जो है ऑनलाइन पढ़ाई कराया, कितनों ने नहीं कराया, कितनों ने केवल ये कह दिया कि यूट्यूब के ऊपर हमने डाल दिया है, वहां से देख के पढ़ लो, कितनों ने ये कह दिया कि हमारा ये व्हाट्सएप चैनल है, इससे जुड़ जाओ पढ़ लो। लेकिन जो स्कूल, मैं उस समय पे 200 एलिट की मैंने इसलिए बात की बिकॉज दे सिंसियरली डिड दैट थिंग। उन्होंने एक एक बच्चे को जोड़ा, एक एक बच्चे से पेन लिया। तो आई वॉज टॉकिंग अबाउट देम कि उन्होंने ट्रूली में पढ़ाया है। लेकिन अपना खुद का ऐप बना देना या यूट्यूब के ऊपर अपने लेक्चर डाल देना या ये बता देना कि हाँ भाई ये पढ़ लेना, हम आपके होमवर्क इस दिन चेक कर लेंगे, दैट कैन नॉट बी टर्म्ड एज ए ट्रू ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन। तो उस चीज से ही हमें दिक्कत था और उसी चीज से पेरेंट्स में भी दिक्कत था। हमारा कोई भी एक्शन यूनिलैटरल तो हो नहीं सकता कि मैंने जो निकाल दिया वो सर्वोपरि और सब जगह पे बिल्कुल ठीक है ना। हमारे में भी कुछ गलतियां रही होंगी, आपके में भी कुछ गलतियां रही होंगी, लेकिन उस चीज को यहाँ पे उठा के और ये चीज करने से इस चीज का कोई मतलब, कोई फायदा बनता नहीं।
आप बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हैं, आरोप प्रत्यारोपण का प्लेटफॉर्म है नहीं। बाकी मैंने सिर्फ जस्ट एक मेंशन किया है। अब यहाँ पे बात ये है कि रिवाइवल की जब हम बात करते हैं आफ्टर दिस पेंडेमिक, तो मैं यहाँ पर ये कहना चाहूंगा कि सिर्फ पेंडेमिक ही नहीं, पिछले कई सालों से जो कुछ एजुकेशन सेक्टर में चल रहा है उससे रिवाइवल की जरूरत है। आज जैसे गाड़ी एजुकेशन की बिल्कुल पटरी से उतर गई है, रोड में बहुत सारे खड्डे हैं, रोड जो है आज चलने लायक नहीं है, लेकिन इसमें सिर्फ ट्विकिंग हियर एंड देयर, थोड़ा बहुत इधर उधर परिवर्तन कर देने से, रिपेयरिंग एंड मेंटेनेंस से काम नहीं चलने वाला है।
तो
अब यहाँ पर
मैं केवल इतना कहना चाहूंगा, दिस इज नॉट ए ट्विकिंग, इट इज इन फैक्ट ओवरऑल कंप्लीट ओवरऑल है जो हमने किया है। आप देखिएगा कि डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म के अंदर डिजिटल जो वीडियोस हैं जो हमारी, जिसकी मैं बारी बारी जिक्र कर रहा हूँ, बात कर रहा हूँ, एक कक्षा की जो मैं बात कर रहा हूँ, आज से पहले क्या हमारे पास ऐसा कुछ डिजिटल कंटेंट अवेलेबल था? नहीं। आज से पहले क्या मेरे पास चैप्टर वाइज वीडियो जो कि मेरे टीचर्स ने खुद बनाई हुई हैं, क्या वो अवेलेबल थे? नहीं। आज से पहले हम क्या कर रहे थे? केवल इधर उधर से कुछ कुछ वीडियोस उठा के और इधर उधर उनको चिपका रहे थे। लेकिन अब मेरे पास चैप्टर वाइज वीडियो जो कंटेंट है जो कि अवेलेबल है, एंड इन दैट विद सपोर्ट ऑफ दैट आई हैव गॉट ऑल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, जिसके अंदर मेरे पास हर जिले के अंदर स्टूडियोज हैं, हर जिले के अंदर मेरे जो 15,000 स्कूल्स हैं उनमें स्मार्ट क्लासरूम्स हैं। नहीं है तो वो अभी 5-6 महीने में बन जाएंगे, और उनका मदद ये होगा, उनका फायदा यही होगा कि आने वाला अगर कोई भी इस प्रकार का पेंडेमिक है, चाहे ये भी है चाहे आने वाला भी है, उस चीज के अंदर हम उस चीज से पूरा वो पार पा पाए। रही बात लर्निंग लॉस की, तो मैंने अभी बताया था कि जो क्लस्टर लेवल वर्क बुक्स हैं, जिसके अंदर मान लीजिए कोई बच्चा 6 में पढ़ रहा है तो उसको शुरुआत के 2 महीने क्लस्टर लेवल वर्क बुक से 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th के अंदर का एक समराइज्ड एक वो चीज पढ़ाई जाएगी। तो वो जो लर्निंग लॉस प्लस जो आने वाला जो डिजिटल और जो हाइब्रिड मॉडल है जिसकी तरफ हम काम कर रहे हैं, तो मेरे को नहीं लगता यहाँ पे तो बिल्कुल ही एक पीडब्ल्यूडी ने नई नई रोड बना के दी है जिसके ऊपर अब एजुकेशन सेक्टर चल रहा है, एज फार एज आई कैन सी।
सर सौरभ जी, आप उसको प्लीज,
Thank you so much, Saurabh.
Modi, I think we need to involve other panelists.
Yeah,
Sapna.
let's go
just
to
2 minutes, just 2
Sharad ji.
minutes.
Thank you.
Sharad ji, I would like to know from you, like उन्होंने बताया कि आर्म फोर्सेस में इतने लोग आ रहे हैं, so similarly फिल्म इंडस्ट्री भी राजस्थान का बहुत बड़ा एक सेक्टर है जहाँ पे से बहुत लोग जाते हैं, and everybody wants to be part of that. So Rajasthan is a state with culture and tradition, and such has been showcased in all films and movies. So what do you think? These industries have, however, suffered during pandemic. Do you feel that the next few batches of students will be discouraged to take any part with media and film studies?
I don't really think so, because these are very, very strong industries, very sought after, full of glamour. And I come from the region of Rajasthan.
Archana, please mute yourself.
Where the hospitality industry is considered to be strongest and most versatile, Jodhpur. And then it's also a famous destination for a lot of filmmakers to come and shoot. In fact, recently a web series was shot on my campus. This is a 107-year-old school building by the name Mismatched. You can go and watch it. So I think people are being very, very creative. There's a beautiful culture of people shooting around, young ones preparing their music videos and posting it. And I keep getting those links. What will happen is that, you know, probably the schools should also not discourage children. The career counseling cells should not say, this industry has got a hit, so let's not look at it. By the time they finish their schooling, college, I think things would have revived. And there cannot be a substitute for these two industries. I don't think we can ever imagine a world without movies and serials. And
so Rajasthan will be always shining. Rajasthan
will always be in demand, and people will like to unwind and travel and hospitality.
Thank you.
Hospitality industry.
So coming,
and like General Kulkarni said, probably we'll have to reinvent it. You know, it may be more theme-based. It could be more safety. You know,
protocols.
All those protocols for the time being will have to be put in place. But I don't think children should shy away from trying out these career options.
Thank you so much. So coming to Sanjay ji now, many top industries have their roots in Rajasthan. Yes. So we see like Birla Foundation and other business houses. They show their genuine interest in education sector. So what is that revival roadmap? Do you think many more industrialists will be coming to Rajasthan and working in education sector? And as Mr. Swami said that itna government mein jo kaam ho raha hai, so do you think private business houses will be partnering with government and private schools? The jo low budget schools hai unke saath koi partner karna chahenge, business houses?
I'm happy that
because you come from a business house school.
Yes. I'm happy that you have given chance to us, because I was just presuming that the last panelists are always having less time.
We don't
no, it's a joke only. So once again, thank my so many staff, my teachers and my parents have been watching this, and they have been writing regularly to me about it. As a learning gap, I had spoken about it. Now coming back to my original point, since we are already running the from the industrial house, it is clear that there are a few industrial houses which I have been encountered with, I have been worked with, and I have been a part of them. For example, JK organization. JK organization, they are having lot of educational institutions which are not only running in state Rajasthan, but in other state also. They started their work from everything from Rajasthan, and they have developed not only CBSE affiliated school, but ICSE affiliated school, university, or I can say, and engineering and other colleges they have established. And once I have been in their part of their meeting, I was very amazed to realize their words. At the end of their discussion, they asked, "इनके लिए क्या कर रहे हो? What we can do something for our students and their parents? क्या कर सकते हो? इसके आगे क्या हो सकता है?" I remember one of my meeting when I was discussing about the opening of a school that came from Rajasthan government. They proposed a school to open there, and they invite us to go there, and I was the representative of one of the school. Now they asked not only 2016, our own management, they asked about 2040. Sanjay, have you thought of 2040? What will happen in 2040? What will happen in 2050? And they always treat us, Sanjay, we are having enough in productivity for production houses with us. We have been earning a lot, but we want the educational institution in Rajasthan as a CSR only, community development program only. So this was one of the part which I had seen. Another part, I had a chance to meet with Mr. BP Kaura, that is a sample group from a very renowned industrial house. I remember they were running in so many units and other at different parts of the country. One of the meeting, they were having approximately 150 staff with them, and he asked, "क्या आप बच्चों के लिए क्या कर रहे हो? बच्चों के लिए क्या है? Parents के लिए क्या है? Parents के लिए क्या कर सकते हो?" So, and not only parents, what is the other plan which you are proposing it? Again, I am coming back to the third industrial house, that is Parley Group. Parley Group, Mr. Sharad Chauhan and Mr. Vijay Chauhan, they are the CMD and managing director of the organization. They came to establish one school in Nimrana, Alwar district. And the very first point they were asking about, कि आप क्या कर सकते हैं इस rural development, rural. They started their school in 2003, 17 years back, and that there were no infrastructure, nothing, no development, no productivity was there. But they selected a place कि यहाँ के area के development के बारे में सोचो और think of that like that. Similarly, I remember. Similarly, my last point is.
So the list goes on and on.
On and on and on. So I met the Hero Group also, Mr. Munjal. They were also of the view कि इनके लिए मेरे लिए CSR का मतलब industrial house का मतलब कमाने के लिए और भी चीजें हैं. But really we want to invest, we want to develop the community and so on and so forth. So this kind
Thank you so much. I think आपको इसके बाद डायरेक्टर सर से बात करनी चाहिए because वो इतना बड़ा प्रोग्राम चला रहे हैं, तो I think we can always connect with CSR to the government. Coming to our last panelist, and this will be the last question, Bhanu, I want you to just sum it up because everybody has been talking about fees and revival and roadmap to revival. So at this point that we have all faced the brunt of COVID-19 and we've been debating and discussing so many things, there's a palpable frustration, which we can see on panel discussions also. And with policies among the private institutions which are coming up regarding the fees, what kind of template would you suggest will be a win-win situation for all stakeholders, whether it is parents, management, government, teachers? Do you, I know it's a different and difficult question. So Bhanu, would you like to suggest something from your end and just just sum it up, I'll say.
Yes. What I feel, ma'am, this is my personal views. I hope you know that I will be able to satisfy everyone here. Though, of course, we don't have the other stakeholders who are a little bit cribbing about it, that is the parents. Well, when we talk about education, we are talking about all-round development of the child. And when it is reflected and the happy child basically reports to the parent, it leads to their satisfaction. And that is how this very delicate ecosystem of the school functions, which comes from the fees, which is deposited by the parents. So we have an agreement, which we say it as that before they fill up the admission forms, and they become the family with the school. And the family of the school is a very strong family where all the stakeholders are very closely related to each other. But this was a very unpredictable, unprecedented, you can say, very, very uncommon situation which arose. That is why I did not speak so passionately about even sports, because our swimming pool is still waiting for the children to come and take a dip. So what we have to do is, why teachers are rated higher than gods when they say Guru Gobind Dono Khade, Kake Lagu Paye, Balihari Guru Apno, Gobind Bataye. So we have stood tall. Some of the schools have stood tall, and as the IS Sahab was telling, that perhaps all the schools were not able to reach the parents. So in some places, we had a loss situation where children lost the purpose of education, teachers lost as they were not able to deliver, management lost as basically they were not able to get the fees, and even the parents suffered. Parents suffered due to the lockdown, due to the pandemic, they lost their jobs. But when we talk about cooperation, when we talk about patience, somebody talked about resilience, which is the #1 life skill, which should come up now, that we have to survive. We have to collaborate. We have to cooperate. We have to show this as one fraternity, one family. And of course, if this would come up, the world can become a better place. Education can become a much more respectable sort of, I would say, occupation, But then at the end of the day, the great Rajasthan, which has 8 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, which provide each and every opportunity for the child to study in Rajasthan and become a global citizen. All these things will come when the trust between the parent and the school, through delivery of quality education, which people were talking about, developing very strong digital content, designing excellent, effective pedagogical deliveries, and also assessing the child and reflecting the child and bringing every child in the domain of holistic education will come. Everybody should be happy, and education should not lead to drift or a rift. Education should always bring everyone together.
Thank you so much. Education should be for all, and it should bring everyone together. So with that, we all are together here to just discuss and debate about Rajasthan. We had with us the secretary throughout the session. Maybe you can discuss with him. You can. He's just written that you can email it to him, and you can discuss whatever you have with him on email. He's readily. He will be answering all the emails. With that, thank you to Zamit and CEO of Planet Edu, Sanjeev Sehgal. Sanjeev, you're there, for just being with us and sponsoring this event, this webinar. And from Education World and EduStart Solutions, we thank all the panelists and all the viewers who have been throughout with us for this engaging session. I think I found there were many takeaways, but I hope the viewers also have many takeaways. So Sumaya, would you like to say something?
Yes, Sapna, thank you very much. Of course, our partnership with EduStart Solutions has done, I think, some excellent public service to Indian education. 7 states, and now we hope to, in the next few months, cover all the other states of the Indian Union too, with your support and, of course, with Mr. Singhal's support. Thank you so much. But I think today's discussion was very important, because I think for the first time, Sapna, we had a government representative be so interested in the discussions we are having. And I found that a very encouraging and positive sign, because
Sumaya, did you notice that?
Yes, in education, we believe very strongly that Indian education across the board has to be upgraded and improved for India to turn into our Prime Minister's dream of a 5 trillion economy. Nothing is going to happen if we do not focus on human capital development. That is the building block of a successful and prosperous nation. So in fact, I'm delighted that Mr. Saurabh Swami gave an excellent presentation.
I
And he was
think,
so interested in the discussion and debate we are having. It's a different matter, of discussion whether government is doing what it's supposed to be done, but at least he is making an effort, and the
also,
government of
Samaya, I'll
Rajasthan
add
is
to
making
it.
a determined effort to provide and continue the education of children, particularly in government schools, which have been hardest hit by the pandemic. So I think that's something which needs to be applauded. And thank you to all our wonderful panelists in all your schools. You all are doing an excellent job, and your teachers. I mean, the nation owes a debt of gratitude to the teachers community and to education leaders such as yourself for continuing the learning of children, and during this pandemic coming up with innovation and coming up with solutions, not just to bridge the gap of children's learning, but also forging and educating the parents community to work together for the benefit of children. Thank you so much.
I would also add Mr. Neeraj Dangi, who's been so busy with the parliament. And when I asked him, so the moment he heard that it's Rajasthan and educationists are going to be there, so he, along with Saurabh Swami, immediately agreed. So, and they were discussing, they were debating what to speak, how. So it's been a wonderful panel discussion, and yes, he was amazing. Like, they both stayed back for so long, and including General Kulkarni, Vasudha, everyone has been here. Sanjay, I can see Sanjeev, Archana, Dilip Modi ji. So thank you everyone for Bhanuji, Sanjay ji, Sharad ji. So thank you, the last panel, from the first panel to the last panel, all of us being with us. And a special thanks to Bhavin and Poonam. Poonam for registering everyone, and Sanjay ji, Bhanuji, everybody, like, continuously giving me updates of how many we have registered. So we had many people who were watching us, many who have registered, and we'll share the
many
data with
people
you.
watching us live on Facebook. We had over 1,000 viewers on Facebook.
Yeah, so thank you so much. And I'll say incredible Rajasthan, incredible educators, and incredible government. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
And incredible Sanjeev for sponsoring me.
Thank you so much.
Again.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.